Ladies and gentlemen, we are live halftime of Thursday night football just taking place. The Atlanta Falcons scoring a field goal right before the half. So that game is 16-14 going into halftime. So you know what we do right here on Believers Talk. We go live during halftime of every single Thursday night football game to preview the game coming up this week between our Buffalo Bills and this week it's going to be Patriots week, the New England Patriots. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to this Thursday night live edition of Believers Talk. We're going to give you some key things to look out for this Sunday, the game between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Again, guys, if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo Bills and Buffalo sports content. As you guys are strolling into the stream, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and share this video if you haven't already. Let people know that we are live to discuss this game. You all know how this works, guys. Thursday nights, Monday nights, you know how these live streams work. You control the stream, so make sure you join the conversation. Leave some chats. Let me know you guys are here. You enjoy the content. If you have any questions, let me know. And then join me this Sunday for what I think is the biggest game on the Buffalo Bills schedule this season up to this point. And I know a lot of people thinking, hey, the Bills are 5-2. We're looking pretty good right now as far as our record, as far as where we sit in the AFC East. We absolutely are. But the Patriots at 2-4 can catch us just like that. If the Patriots were to beat the Bills this weekend, look what happens the following week. The following week, the Buffalo Bills play the Seattle Seahawks. There's no guarantees there. Now, listen, the Bills are at home for that game. We know how West Coast coming east sometimes give teams a problem, right? We saw it with the Rams coming to Buffalo. Seemed like they got off to a slow start. Buffalo was able to take advantage early and hold on just by the skin of their teeth at the end. The same thing might happen against Seattle, but we don't know yet. However, the following week after this week for the Patriots, they play the Jets. They get a bye week, right? They basically get a bye week. There's no point in even playing that game. So if the Patriots are to beat the Jets or the Bills this weekend, they could very easily have the same loss totals the following week. The Bills would be 5-4. The Patriots would be 4-4 as they've already had their bye week. So this is a very important game for the AFC East, for the AFC playoff picture, for the Buffalo Bills, and for the New England Patriots. Guys, the Patriots lose this game, and they're pretty much out of the contention for the AFC East. And then they really might become sellers come the trade deadline, right? Trade deadline looming as well, just around the corner, November 3rd. A lot of Bills fans want to see Brandon Beane make a move. If you're one of those fans, if you want to see Brandon Beane and this front office make a move, let me know in the comment section, who do you want Brandon Beane and this Buffalo Bills team to trade for before the trade deadline on November 3rd. And guys, do not forget to thank all of you for the success of Believers Talk. I am giving away a Don Beebe signed autographed jersey. So make sure you join WhereTheStampede.com. Go over there for all your ways to enter. Again, subscribe to Believers Talk. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting something. You retweet that, and that all counts as entries. Also, after this is over, I don't do it in the live chat, but in the chat section of all of my videos, if you just put BB, B-E-E-B-E, we'll count that as an extra entry. So every video I do between now and the end of the contest, which I'm going to announce the winner the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So between now and then, every video I do, which is about 5 a week, in the comment section, put BB, B-E-E-B-E, and for every video you do that, that counts as a new entry. So make sure you do that, guys. And again, thank you for all the support that you guys have given me throughout the 2.5 years that this channel has been going. I really do appreciate it. So let's talk about this game between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. What are some keys to victory, guys? Well, listen, the Buffalo Bills sitting at 5-2 have a lot of work to do, right? And no one's going to argue that. We're not going to argue the fact that the Buffalo Bills have a lot of work to do, have a lot of things to change if they want to become playoff caliber, if they want to be able to beat some of these playoff teams. But the New England Patriots are not a playoff team. We have seen Cam Newton struggle over the past few weeks. We saw them lose to the Denver Broncos, and then we saw them get shellacked by the San Francisco 49ers just last week. So what do the Bills have to do to take advantage of a weak Patriots team. And guys, I think it all starts with getting pressure on Cam Newton. Cam Newton obviously does not look like himself the past 2 weeks, whether it be against Denver or whether it be against San Fran. Does that mean his time has passed? Does that mean the Patriots' time has passed? Or does that mean he has some sort of injury? He's suffering from something and he just needs to get rolling again. We can't let that happen this week. The Buffalo Bills front four got a lot of pressure on Sam Darnold and the Jets in the second half of that game. I believe they had 6 sacks in the second half alone in that game against the New Jersey Jets last week. We need to replicate that, but we need to do that for the whole game. Don't let Cam Newton start getting hot. Don't let Cam Newton have time in the pocket. Listen, the Patriots are without some of their big weapons, right? Julian Edelman's going to be out for this game. And that's huge. You talk about the weather for this game or the potential weather for this game. It's going to be windy. It's going to be rainy. I think that there's a lot in the forecast for this game. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look promising for offenses, right? You look at the over-under for this game, currently sitting at 41.5. Start at 44. So they do not expect, Vegas does not expect a lot of scoring in this game. But if there's not a lot of scoring in this game, that means the Patriots might stick around a little bit, right? They might keep it close. And the closer the Patriots keep it, the more we'll be biting our fingernails come Sunday afternoon, because again, we do not want to lose this game. At the beginning of the season, I circled this game on the calendar. If you want to beat the best team, or if you want to surpass them in the division, you have to be able to beat them, right? You have to be able to make a statement. As Ric Flair would say, as I put his GIF, however you say it, on Twitter, to be the man, woo, you have to beat the man. And right now, whether we like it or not, whether the Patriots are 2-4 or 4-2, wouldn't matter. The Patriots are the team to beat in the AFC East. I love the fact that Coach McDermott, Josh Allen, Jerry Hughes, when they were asked about the changing of the guard, refused to answer questions about it. We don't need to give them billboard material. We will prove it on the field who the best team in this division is. Can it still be the Patriots, or is it going to be our Buffalo Bills? I know I'm hoping it's our Buffalo Bills. I hope you guys are too. Again, guys, thank you for joining me on this live edition of Believers Talk. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up button, be sure to do that. And again, guys, leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are for this game between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. I would love to hear your opinions. Give me 1 second here, guys, as I look to do some things on my phone. And again, you guys know I can't do 2 things at once. I do see the chat going crazy on my phone, but for some reason I'm not getting it on my screen. So I appreciate you guys chiming in the chat room. I didn't see any of the chats on my screen. I did just pull up on my phone, so I'll try to get some of these. We can't lose. My cousin's a big Pats fan. King Cam in the house. Dan Garis, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! Absolutely, do those Ric Flair woos. Woo! One time, baby. We're going to get the job done. Run game has to get going. That's absolutely one of my next points in a game with this type of weather, at least the weather that they're saying is going to be impactful in this game. Listen, you have Zach Moss. You have Devin Singletary. Hopefully, we get John Feliciano back. That's going to be huge to the success of the Buffalo Bills running game moving forward, right? So John Feliciano, I think it's going to be a huge piece there. I know a lot of people still upset about Quentin Spain. I understand that. I understand why you're upset, but that has nothing to do with Quentin Spain's playing ability. Quentin Spain simply was having issues within the Buffalo Bills management, within the Buffalo Bills front office. We had to let him go. I trust that Brandon Beane and the front office did their due diligence and made the best decision for the Buffalo Bills as an organization and as a team. For that team unity in the locker room, and I think that's important as well. Is Levi practicing? I've not seen Levi on the injury report. I know that he's come off IR. I did not see him on the injury report. In fact, I do recall Matt Perino tweeting earlier today, Levi Wallace going one-on-one against, I believe it was John Brown. And he talked about how good it was for Buffalo Bills fans to see that 2 guys who missed last week, 2 guys who have been injury prone the early first half of the season. And I see them both on the practice field. So Levi Wallace is practicing. We need touchdowns, says Sonny Lamont, period. And he's 100% correct. Listen, we scored 18 points against the Jets. And, a good way to beat a team is to score more points than them. And a good way to score more points than them is not settle for field goals. Luckily, we were playing the Jets last week. We could get away with that. But we need to be able to score touchdowns. We need to be able to get into the end zone. And we need to be able to put 6 on the board every time we get a chance to. We need a red zone offense that was against the Rams, right? We need a red zone offense that was against the Raiders. turnovers. We need those things to continue. Another thing, Duke is back. Well, Duke was back. Hopefully, Duke's probably back on the inactive list for these games because Duke was active last week, only played 4 offensive plays. So that's another thing I want to talk about right now, penalties. Penalties. Remember the Buffalo Bills last week? 11 penalties in that game for over 100 yards. That's unacceptable if you're a Buffalo Bills fan. You cannot have, and some of these undisciplined penalties. The interception by Dane Jackson, right before halftime, puts close to midfield, was an amazing play, changes the momentum. What happens? 15-yard penalty. Now, I didn't see what happened, but there was a 15-yard penalty on the Buffalo Bills to take them back even further. If you had any thoughts, if you had any inclinations about potentially scoring a touchdown on that drive, boom, taken away because of a 15-yard penalty. You talk about that hit that Hyde put on Sherman towards the end of the game. 15 yards. You need to be able to do better than that, right? And you talk about, obviously, the Gabe Davis play, the touchdown that was taken off the board because he doesn't know how to line up. Illegal formation, boom. You have to be better than that. You have to be better than those penalties and the dead ball penalties. It's not just last week. It's consistently, guys. We're one of the most penalized teams in the NFL this season. What once was good now isn't good at all. Well, the Patriots are disciplined. Whether you like Bill Belichick or you hate Bill Belichick, he is going to have a disciplined football team. So they might be terrible, but a quick way to allow bad teams into games are turnovers and penalties, okay? We need to avoid both of those. When we're in the red zone, Josh Allen, hold on to the ball. Maybe that includes running the ball more with Devin Singletary or Zach Moss. Hey, when we run that RPI or RPO, option, maybe hand it off to one of your running backs. You don't have to take every single RPO. It's an option for a reason. So now your defensive ends are going to cave in on you every single time. Now, hopefully you're smart enough to realize that if they're doing that, the edges are open for my running backs, and they'll be able to take it. Now, if Josh Allen just keeps keeping the ball, there's no point having a running back there. There's no point. And again, we need to be able to run the ball before the 7-minute mark of the second quarter, okay? We need to drop some run plays in the first quarter. There are handoffs to Singletary, to Zach Moss. Listen, Singletary might be one of those backs that the more carries he gets, the better he does. Well, he can't be one of those backs if you don't give him a carry until midway through the second quarter. So there's a lot of problems there with the Buffalo Bills, and I just want to see them do a better job, be more consistent on offense. Please no RPOs this week, says King Cam. I don't mind RPOs. I think RPOs are a good way to get a defense looking the other way, good way to get a defense to try to mislead, right? I don't mind RPOs as long as you are mixing up who gets the ball. Who gets the ball on those RPOs, I think, is very important. John Brown was a full participant in practice today. Let's go. We can actually go over who was a full participant in practice today and who was not, and who was not limited or not at practice today at all. Give me 1 second here. We'll go on twitter.com and we'll look at the look at that right now. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. Bill's PR does a good job keeping you up to date on all of that. So let's look them up. And again, guys, if you're not following Buffalo Bills PR, be sure to do that as well. They do a great job keeping you up to date. So let's look at that, guys. And again, as that's coming up, remember, I am giving away that Don Beebe jersey to thank you all for all your support. Again, I don't know why the chat is not showing up on my screen, on my phone up right now, trying to get to all your chats. I'm concerned about the Bills stopping the New England run game. I feel like the Buffalo Bills defense should be focusing on the New England Patriots run game. And listen, I thought we did a good job against the Las Vegas Raiders when we focused, when we zoned in on Josh Jacobs. I thought we did a good job against Henry and the Tennessee Titans until that game got blown wide open. Now, Henry does score, I think, 3 touchdowns in that game, but a lot of that is due to the starting field position of the Tennessee Titans. I feel like we need to concentrate on taking the run game away from Patriots. Make Cam Newton beat you, because for the past 2 weeks, Cam Newton hasn't been able to do that. And let's be honest, the New England Patriots don't exactly have the best wide receiving core to do that right now either, with no Edelman playing in this game. So let's go over the guys who were limited or did not participate in practice today. The guys that were limited were, again, Jake Fromm is always going to be limited in practice. It's not an injury. He's just going to be our third guy, and he's going to take limited snaps in case something happens during this pandemic with one of our other quarterbacks. Jerry Hughes, Defensive Player of the Week, he was limited in this game, or in Thursday's practice. Cam Lewis was limited. You got Isaiah McKenzie limited with an ankle injury. Matt Milano was limited with his pectoral injury. And then Brian Winters was limited with a knee injury. That did not participate are Vernon Butler. I think we really need Vernon Butler in this game to set tone on that defensive line. Cody Ford did not participate. Micah Hyde did not participate. He has that concussion. We won't know until Saturday if he's good to go or not for the game this Sunday. And then you had Josh Norman also did not participate. Quentin Jefferson did not participate in practice either. So if both Vernon Butler and Quentin Jefferson are out for this game, that would be huge if that were to happen, because I think we need as much help on that defensive line as possible. And I think Butler and Jefferson have been two pretty good guys for the defensive line, a defensive line unit that just hasn't played all that well. They're back with Thursday Night Football, so I'll try to get you guys out of here soon. 16-14, a pretty close game. NFC South matchup between the Panthers and the Falcons. But my keys to victory, my first key to victory, you have to be able to not let Cam Newton beat you, right? I think that you need to get pressure on Cam Newton with your front four. Get the same pressure on Cam Newton that you did as you did on Sam Darnold in the second half of last week's game. Don't let this offense get into a rhythm. I know Cam Newton's not playing well right now, but if you let him get into a rhythm, he is definitely a streaky quarterback, right? So if you let him get into a rhythm, then it might be the end early. It might lead to the Buffalo Bills' demise early in this game. Listen, the defense needs to be able to get off the field. The New England Patriots are 24th on third down conversion rates right now in the NFL. So that means the Buffalo Bills need to get off the field. The Buffalo Bills offense is second in third down conversion rates. So the Bills need to get off the field, give the ball to our offense. Our defense is 29th. We allow third down conversions on over 50% of third down for conversions. That's just not good enough. That's really not good enough. The Patriots only convert on 38.8, which is 24th, as I said, in the league. The Bills need to do a better job on defense getting off the field when they have these teams in third downs. Harry is in. Yes, I don't see Harrison Phillips on the injury report at all, so he should be good to go. Good thing McDermott, Norman, and Aston are familiar with Cam. The good thing about being the Carolina Panthers of the AFC East is, yes, we have a lot of people who have some knowledge of Cam Newton and his game. So I am looking forward to that. And don't forget 2 years ago when Ed Oliver was coming into the league, the little back and forth, or I guess it was Cam Newton dogging Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver won't forget about something like that. Maybe Ed Oliver's due for a big game in this one. Maybe if Vernon Butler or Quentin Jefferson are out in this game, Ed Oliver can just take over and say, don't worry, guys, I got this one under control. But the first key to victory right now is Buffalo Bills keeping pressure on Cam Newton. Do not let the Patriots convert third downs at over 50%. That just will not be good enough in this game. This game is going to be a lot about ball control, time of possession, and a way to make sure you control time of possession is to make sure you stop them on third downs. You know, the Jets beat us in time of possession in the first half, but the second half, we held that ball. We drove the ball downfield, a lot of consecutive possessions, scoring field goals, and we need to continue to do that. Except for now, we need to get the ball into the end zone, as Saint Lamont said earlier in the chat. My second key to victory, discipline. Discipline. Again, the Patriots are one of the best teams in the league at penalties, fewest penalties in the league. The Bills on the opposite end of the spectrum, 11 penalties for over 100 yards last week. That's just not going to get the job done. Need to do better with that in order to get this victory. And I hope the Buffalo Bills obviously get this discipline. Thomas Burke, discipline. Absolutely, that's one of the most important things in this game. Daniel says the Bills D has to get off the field on third downs. Absolutely. Again, they have allowed first downs on more than 50% of third downs to the opposing team. That's not good enough to win in this league. The fact that we're 5-2 and I see a number like that is really outstanding on this offensive end. They're able to score this way. Listen, I was just listening to this Thursday night game. Troy Aikman was talking about how good the Atlanta Falcons look on offense, but how that's misleading because their defense gives up so many big plays on defense. So your offense can look better if your defense is terrible. And our defense has not been playing up to their level of where they've been over the past couple of years this year, and that's led to our offense having to do more work, and that's fine. I want our offense to be able to score 30 points a game, but I want our defense to be able to combat that. I want our defense to be able to stop teams to less than 15, 20 points a game and just be able to blow teams out. One of the best, sweetest feelings in the world to me will be if we go into this game Sunday and we blow the Patriots out. It would be one of the best feelings in the world. I'm not looking at records. Again, I'm not looking at records. I'm looking at 20 years of dominance. I'm looking at an 0-6 record for Coach McDermott against the Patriots. I'm looking at those numbers and saying those need to change. And again, as I talked about earlier, as Daniel Gowie said, as I said it earlier in this chat, to be the man, woo, you have to beat the man. And listen, right now, Bill Belichick, the Patriots, no matter what the record is, they are still the man of this division. They have still won this division 18 of the last 20 years. It's still their division to lose until we take it from them. And so that's what we have to do. And by God, let's do it this Sunday. And again, guys, make sure you join me this Sunday at 1 o'clock or at 12:30 actually for a live play-by-play and reaction to the game between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Again, you have some people, Dragon Wolf just says, I just want to win. And I completely agree with that. If we win another game 18-10 and we beat the Patriots and we don't score a touchdown, we will have our frustrations. But a win is a win. Go to 6-2. And again, if you go to 6-2, you're saying bye-bye to New England for now, and then you move on to the Dolphins. Because, guys, I think the Dolphins have a chance to upset the Rams this week. I really do. I don't know what to expect from Tua. No one knows what to expect from Tua, including the Rams, know what to expect from Tua Tagovailoa. They don't know what the game plan is. And again, you know about those West Coast teams coming east. It can get a little tricky. So I would not be surprised to see the Dolphins beat the Rams in that game. Thomas Burke says, beat the man, crush Cam. I would love to see that. A lot of pressure on McDermott. He needs this win. I mean, again, 0-6 against the team is not good. Allen's 0-6, or I guess 0-5 against the Patriots as well. Just not a good record against the Patriots. In Coach McDermott's defense, no Bills coach has had a good record against the Patriots since, I don't know, Wade Phillips. So you can't hold him accountable, or you can hold him just as accountable as you can any other coach that the Buffalo Bills have had over the past 20 years. But yes, if you're going to be a good coach, if you want to be considered one of the best coaches in the NFL, which at one point that's what Bills fans were saying about Coach McDermott, you have to be able to beat these teams. You have to be able to win these games. You have to be able to make a statement when a statement needs to be made. And right now a statement needs to be made. And that statement is the Buffalo Bills are the kings of the AFC East. That's a statement that needs to be made. And I want them to make that statement loud and clear this Sunday. Then you talk about my third key to victory. My third key to victory, guys, is getting the run game going and getting it going early. Listen, the Buffalo Bills this season are 29th in run offense, only 97 yards a game. That's just not good enough to get the job done. As you get into the colder months in Buffalo, you're going to have to rely on running that football. I know Josh Allen has a cannon of an arm. Listen, I still want Josh Allen to throw the ball 30 to 35 times in this game. I do. I want the Buffalo Bills to come out and not let the weather dictate how they play this game. I want the Buffalo Bills to come out with their game plan and say, listen, if we need a guy to throw against the wind, which, listen, it's going to be windy in Buffalo, right? But we have one of the few guys, probably one of the 5 to 7 guys in the NFL who play the quarterback position who could say, wind be darned, it might be a hurricane, but we're going to throw past that. We have one of those type of guys. So don't be afraid to throw the ball. You have Gilmore probably going to lock down Diggs for the majority of this game because it's going to be hard to get your footing, right? If you're a wide receiver running those cuts, it's going to be hard to get your footing. So I expect Stephon Diggs to have a good game. Stephon Gilmore to have a good game against Stephon Diggs. But you still have Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley, 11 receptions last week. That's elite. That's his best performance as far as receptions. Career high in receptions for Cole Beasley last week. Use him. right? The more you try to dink and dunk. Right now, defenses, we saw it with Tennessee, we saw it with Kansas City, defenses saying we're not going to let the Bills beat us with the long pass. So as soon as Josh Allen recognizes that, says, fine, we'll dink and dunk all day. John Brown's coming back, so you have to defend him. They're going to have to move up, right? They're going to have to move up to get Beasley out of the game, and then Diggs can get going. Brown can get going. So the New England Patriots, they're just as banged up as the Bills are. The Bills are still very banged up. Let's not lie about it. But the Patriots are just as dinged up. Again, no Edelman in this game. Cam Newton's been struggling over the past few weeks. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to beat this New England Patriots team. But we know how the Patriots have done against the Bills over the last 20 years. So, I mean, I know this isn't the same quarterback. I know a lot of these players are not the same, but that coach, that hoodie is still over there. And listen, as I said on Twitter earlier, the worst place for you to be when you go into when you, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore, guys. I don't even know. What am I trying to say? An animal's most dangerous when he's backed into a corner. The Patriots probably feel like they're backed into a corner right now. They're backed into a corner because they know what happens if they lose this game. 2-5, and you might be looking at a team that's selling at the trade deadline. 2-5, and the team had you 6-2 with a win against you, a win head-to-head. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. And listen, the AFC East schedule does not get any easier for any of these teams. Unless you're playing the Jets, which the Patriots still are, but you still have some tough games ahead. The Bills, after this game, they have Seattle, they have Arizona. 2 really tough games. I think we're going to go 1-1 in that stretch. But, man, the Patriots have it tough. The Dolphins are going to have a tougher schedule coming up. The Jets can't play a high school team. So it's going to get tough. But it's going to be a lot easier for the Buffalo Bills if they win this game this Sunday. So those are my 3 keys to victory, guys. Again, get pressure on Cam Newton, get pressure on the run game, get pressure on the New England Patriots as a whole. Use that front 4. We saw 2 defensive tackles did not practice today. But Ed Oliver, take control. AJ Epineza, you're getting better. Take control. Jerry Hughes, I know you were limited in practice, but you were just Defensive Player of the Week. Do it again. Do it again. Trent Murphy, do your thing. We still have plenty of talent on that defensive line, even without Jefferson in this game, even if Butler can't play in this game. Plenty of pressure to get, plenty of players to get pressure on Cam Newton. We need to be disciplined. We need to be disciplined. And I'm not just talking about the dead ball penalties, which have been killers for the Buffalo Bills. Those 15-yard penalties, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give them 3 first downs. Don't do it. And then get that run game going. Don't wait so long to run the ball. I still trust Motor. I still trust Zach Moss. If you need to run Josh Allen, don't be afraid to do that either. He's got some wheels. Just know that those Patriots might be headhunting just like they were a year ago. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful. Thoughts on Darren Lee? Darren Lee? Is it Darren Lee or is it Darren Lee? I don't know. But I just, again, we just picked him up. Linebacker. I don't think he's going to make much of an impact on this game, right? I think that he actually has to go through protocol still, some COVID protocol. But we need depth at linebacker and who's available. Right? We need depth at linebacker. The Buffalo Bills realizing, hey, there's not too much available. We're not going to be trading for a linebacker. I think this move proves that. But he might be best available at the linebacker position. And if that's the case, then I'm happy he's here. Not going to make much of an impact on Sunday's game, I don't think, at least, because, again, he has passed protocols. He was just signed today or yesterday. So I think this plan needs to go on. Lorenzo needs to get off the couch. I don't see Lorenzo come back. We can't trade for a big name. The Bills only have like $4.4 million in cap space, something like that. 4.5 million, something like that. We can't trade for a big name. And as the guys talked about yesterday, if you join the hashtag sports for their collab yesterday, at this point, trading Trent Murphy doesn't save you all that much money. I mean, it really doesn't. So, what big name do you want? I think the biggest name we could get is probably from that tight end position. And I wouldn't mind seeing us trade for a tight end. I just don't know. Like maybe get Zach Ertz on a rental because his contract's up at the end of the year, so we might be able to afford that. But at the end of the day, I don't even know if we can afford that We just don't have a lot of cap space. And with the uncertainties of what's going to happen with the salary cap moving forward due to the pandemic, you don't want to take on any extra contracts or any more money than you already have. Joe is a believer in Singletary and Moss. Woo! Absolutely, Daniel. I really am. I'm really still a believer in this run game. I think this offensive line has been letting those two guys down. I think this offensive line has really struggled when it comes to running, right? Run protecting. I think they've done a much better job, not to say it's been a great job, but a much better job pass protecting than run protecting. And I think that John Feliciano might help that out. And I hope that they run the ball well this weekend. And if they run the ball well on Sunday, if they run for over 150 yards total, I would expect to see a W in this game for the Buffalo Bills. I really would. In my Wednesday prediction video, I did pick the Bills to win. Obviously, I'll give you my prediction on Sunday, so make sure you join me. I'm looking forward to this game. I've had this game circled all season. I'm very anxious about this game. A Bills victory here does a lot of great things for the Buffalo Bills. Opens up a lot of great opportunity. I saw on YouTube today, there's someone who posts like playoff chance percentages, and they had the Bills at 89%. I thought that was ridiculously high. I think if we win this game Sunday, then you could say our chance to make the playoffs is in the high 80%. I think right now we're at like 65, 70%, somewhere in there. But we need to win this game Sunday to make a statement. Early score prediction is 1,000,000-2. They're getting a safety on us. They're getting a safety on Josh Allen. Man, and so many people will be talking about that safety. Like, man, Josh Allen holds on to the ball too long. That's what would happen. What's up, Bills fans? Bay Mafia in the house. Glad that you're here, guys. I'm about to sign off. But again, guys, if you just joined me, make sure you hit that subscribe button for continual Buffalo Bills and Buffalo sports news. Again, giving away this Don Beebe autographed jersey. I'm looking forward to giving this away. You can go to BearStampede.com for ways to enter, but it starts with hitting that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter. Go to BearStampede.com. Join their mailing list and listen to his podcast. Jeremy does a great job. So make sure to do that. Contest or giveaway will be running between now and the Sunday before Thanksgiving. I am hopeful to mail this out and make sure that you guys get it before Thanksgiving to let you know how thankful I am for all you guys. And I really, again, appreciate all that you've done for me and for this channel. And it's a success because of you guys. Again, there is a new sheriff, says Thomas Burke. We have a chance to prove that on Sunday. I don't think there's a new sheriff yet, but we need to prove it on Sunday. Josh's kryptonite is rain. Josh's kryptonite right now is the New England Patriots defense. And so he needs to find a way to get through that. Listen, there were playing times where it's with kryptonite and he just found a way to push through. For as much as Superman was allergic to kryptonite or was due to die because of kryptonite, man, did he get stabbed with it once and still find a way to push through? Well, that's what our Superman needs to do right now. He needs to look his kryptonite in the eye and say, hey, I'm still going to find a way to push through. And hopefully that happens this Sunday. Again, guys, if you don't already know, one way to enter this contest, just simply put BB in the comment section. Not live checks. I can't keep up with all you kids. But in the comment section after this video is done, if you're not watching this live, in the comment section, just put BB, B-E-E-B-E. And that gives you an entry to win this jersey. So again, guys, thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. Wind and rain predicted. Absolutely. It's going to be a rough one. Weather's going to be rough in this one. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on this edition of Believers Talk. I really appreciate it. Big week for the AFC East, as King Ham said earlier. Absolutely. And I hope that the Buffalo Bills come out on top. I'm sure you do too. Again, make sure you join me on Sunday for the game between the New England Patriots and Buffalo Bills. I'll be going live at 12:30. So make sure you're joining me as we watch the Buffalo Bills hopefully take a stranglehold on the AFC East. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Enjoy your Thursday night. Again, join me tomorrow. We'll go over the injury report. We'll learn more about who's playing, who's not. The injury report's looking pretty long right now. Hopefully it gets a little shorter. We love seeing John Brown back. We love seeing Levi Wallace back. Would love to see some of these other guys get back full-time on practice squads and be ready to go for this game on Sunday. But again, guys, thank you for joining me on Believers Talk. Enjoy the rest of Thursday Night Football. Enjoy your weekend. I look forward to talking to you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.